So let's learn how to access UptoDate database. From the library homepage, which is library.niagara.edu, you want to go to the Research tab. Let it drop down to the menu that says Databases A to Z. There are over 120 different databases that we have access to, but there's an alphabetical list that will help you get there quicker. So you know it's called UptoDate. So if you click on the U, it takes you to the one database that we have that begins with U, UptoDate. Now, as it says, you do have to create an account first in the description. So let me just show you how this is. Register now, that's what I have to do. And then fill out this form only once, just to create an account with this software. So once you fill out that form, you're just going to accept the terms. Okay, so in the search box, I just added COVID because, very relevant to what we're dealing with now. And here's, in general, what we have for all results. Okay, there is a homepage that they did put together and curate for us with a variety of different topics. So we'll start there, clinical features, diagnosis, things like that. This UptoDate pathways, you can either select here because, this is the page, again, that has everything related to it that's up to date. But you can also click here in the menu, UptoDate pathways. And this is just something that they put together that will be easier for diagnosis if there's, common issues with it. It could be this, could be that. So if you just want to take a look at, let's see, infectious diseases. There we go, critical care, anticoagulation, as it relates to pulmonary. So if you'll notice, though, it gives you the scope, start the pathway. You decide, does the patient have DVT, PE, or arterial thrombosis? Click on the one. And it takes you through the path to try to help you narrow down, the treatment plan that your patient should take. Okay, so then you can review your assessment plan. I did not finish it. But you would have access to it. So I'm going to go back, though. That's pathways. We're going to take a look at, vaccines, and they talk about, which is very nice, all topics are up to date as new evidence becomes available and our peer review process is complete. And it gives you the date, the last date of updates. Author credentials are listed. These are all great things for your students to identify that this is credible information. Gives you the most information, the most up-to-date information, general principles, approach to vaccination, things like that. So this is really detailed but easy to read, which is great when you're very busy. Go back once again. You can also break it down to the difference between treating adults versus children. Okay. Another thing that's graphics, this also might be nice to give to a patient so they can educate themselves and others. Graphics, what things could look like if you are not familiar with it, which is great as it relates to COVID. Another interesting thing that UptoDate offers is calculators. And you will notice just like basic things, BMI, things like that in adults. And you can just, when you click on it, put in the patient's information, and then you will be able to identify what the interpretation is quickly. Okay, and there's references at the bottom. Drug interactions, really, really interesting. Full disclosure, I get migraines, so Relpax is what I was given. Prescription I was given. Oh, it's already in my list. There we go. So you can see, here's the legend at the top. Since I'm taking this patient, you can see, depending on what other thing I'm coming in for, do not combine it with other medications that I might need. There's an action needed. I might have to look into this myself. But you could also look at different ones, like Liptitrin is Mitrex is the other one. So now you can see which one could be better. Well, at least I could. Depending, and I can, educate myself on which one I would rather take, depending on what's going on, right? So really, really, really interesting information that is so easily accessible in here. So if you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I will certainly help you out.